How's it going, folks? I hope we're all keeping well. Today's lesson on isostatic processes, we're going to look at how isostatic processes have helped to shape the coastline in Ireland. Okay, so yesterday we looked at how isostatic processes have helped influence rivers. Now we're going to look at how they've influenced the coastlines of Ireland. Okay, and this is very, very straightforward. So before we get into it, folks, just a quick recap on what we mean by isostatic processes. Well, isostatic processes basically refers to this thing here. So the crust, the lithosphere that we are standing on, has been pushed down. Okay, it's been pushed down below the level it used to be. Why is it pushed down? Because of this fella here, an ice sheet, a glacier. Okay, and these glaciers could have been about from bottom to top about 1 kilometer in thickness, so they weighed an unbelievable amount. Okay, and they were present in Ireland during the last ice age about 100,000 years ago, and the effect of these was that it pushed Ireland's land downwards slightly. Okay, and it pushed certain features underwater. Okay, now Ireland is returning back to its normal self. So Ireland, the land in Ireland is slowly rebounding. Okay, it's slowly uplifting back up to its normal shape. Why is this? Because the ice sheets are now gone. The ice age has been gone 100,000 years. Okay, so guys, like, this is not a gradual process. It doesn't, the ice sheet doesn't melt and the land springs back up. The land, it takes hundreds of thousands of years for the land to regain its original shape. Okay, and we've looked at how the sinking of the lithosphere can cause various things in rivers, such as nick points, and it can also cause it blocks the old floodplains can be also visible on certain rivers in Ireland. Today we're going to look at how isostatic processes have shaped Ireland's coast. Okay, very, very straightforward, guys. Excuse me. So for example, the first way isostatic processes have shaped our coast is that they have basically formed cliffs and wave-cut platforms. Okay, really, really straightforward, guys. Okay, but the thing about these was these were formed underwater. Okay, and the reason why we can see them now is because this fella, the ice sheet, has melted, and what's the land done? The land has slowly rebounded back up to expose itself and expose the cliffs and wave-cut platforms. Okay, so during the last ice age, about 100,000 years ago, as you've already said, Ireland was weighed down by a 1 kilometer thick ice sheet. Okay, the isostatic depression was more than 150 meters deep. So the land in Ireland was pushed 150 meters deeper than it should be. Okay, so as a result, lots of features were formed under the water. Okay, and how are these features formed? Guys, these features were formed simply by your usual processes of coastal erosion: hydraulic action, air compression, attrition, abrasion, and solution. The only difference is, instead of happening on the surface of the earth, it happened underwater. So this cliff here would have been formed about 100 meters underwater. Okay, very, very, very straightforward. Okay. Now, what happened when the ice age ended? When the ice age ended, the great weight of ice was removed. What happened then? The crust below, so the crust that was about 150 meters underwater, slowly started to rise up back out of the water. Okay, and these new features that were formed underwater were now visible. So things like caves, cliffs, and wave-cut platforms were now visible. Okay, and a lot of the stuff, particularly on the northwest coast of Ireland and Donegal, was formed underwater during the ice age as a result of isostatic processes. Okay, so that's our first feature of things on the coast that are formed by isostatic processes. It's cliffs, wave-cut platforms, and caves. Very, very straightforward, guys. Okay, the second thing that was formed on the coast as a result of isostatic processes, there are things called Rias. Okay? R-I-A-S, Rias. Very, very straightforward, guys. So a ria is a coastal formation that was once a river valley. So a ria is basically, right, something that used to be a V-shaped river valley. Okay, now what happened? Well, as we know, the block of ice came along in the ice age. What effect did this block of ice have? It pushed Ireland downwards 150 meters. What happened then? It meant that lots of parts of Ireland became flooded. Okay, and became submerged underwater. So when the land sinks under the weight of the glacier, coastlines get submerged. Okay. Now, as the water level, because the coastline is getting submerged, it's getting submerged under the water level. Okay, and that water then floods river valleys. Okay, so river valleys may be flooded to become rias, and there you have it, guys. Okay, so an old V-shaped river valley, so a valley that in a mountain that has a river. Okay, this valley has now been pushed 150 meters downwards under the weight of this great ice glacier. What's going to happen? It's going to be pushed under the water, and the river valley is going to flood. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's your formation of a ria right there. Okay. Now, in Ireland, rias are interesting because in Ireland, the ice melted in the southwest of Ireland before the northern part of Ireland. Okay, so what this means is Ireland is actually rebounding in an uneven way. Okay, now why did the ice melt in the southwest of Ireland? Because it's the closest to the equator. Okay, so as a result, Ireland is now rebounding up unevenly. Okay, so the northern part of Ireland is rebounding back to its shape, back to its normal self faster than the southwest. Okay, and what has happened is this has caused the southwestern part to submerge as a northwestern part rises. Okay, so it's kind of like as the northwestern part goes up, the southwestern part continues to go down. Okay, and this has resulted in river valleys in the southwest of Ireland to sink. So river valleys in places like Cork, Kerry, Clare, Limerick, okay? And as a result, there's long V-shaped rias which are wide at the mouth along the southwest coast of Ireland. Why is this, guys? Because Ireland is rebounding unevenly, okay? The northwest part of Ireland is re-emerging from underwater quicker than the southwest. As a result, the southwest has lots of these rias, okay? So these old V-shaped river valleys that were flooded, okay? Folks, thanks very much for watching. Can I get you guys to please take down slides 2 and 3 as well as the diagrams into our notes copies, okay? We do not need to take down slide 1 because we should have that from yesterday. Thank you.